Let's go have a look at them three getting pulled apart. Sometimes that code will come because of a mechatronic failure. That should be attached like that, but she ain't. So that's why we like to take it on the highway so we get a proper drive adaptation done. So this is Joe. Joe's the boss here. He's never really here anyway. I'm Joey. Let's go for a workshop tour. Welcome to the workshop. What are you doing, Wayne? You putting that transmission back in?
Yes, back in.
There you go. Wayne's usually one of our rebuilders on the bench, but we've had to use him today to get one of the cars in because we are chock-a-block. See, Zane, what's Zane doing? Let's go meet Zane. Zane's our manager. I don't know what he manages, but he manages something. What are you doing there? It's all good, nice and dry?
Nice and dry. We're just going through the second checks after the road test, just going through the quality control and checking nuts and bolts.
Cool, we just did a rear diff on this Aston Martin, which was a pretty big job. Blair, you doing the clutch on this one? I don't know how he's looking for a clutch inside the car, but anyway. When's it going out? Well, you've got 1 hour to get it out. Luke's doing this Porsche. This is a pretty big job putting these Porsches back in. If you have a look under here, he's got it in. So this one came in for a displacement sensor code on the PDK. So to do the displacement sensor, you have to strip the transmission. So it's a pretty massive job putting this back in. In saying that, I think he did start this morning, so he's pretty quick. So then if you have a look up here, so you can do a Porsche, and the next job you might be doing a bus. And then you can come across the other side here. After you're doing a bus, then we've got a Valiant. We do everything. We do everything from your vintage and cool cars to your Porsches, your Ferraris, your Lambos, and everything in between. But I like the mum and dad cars. I like the cars that we go through because they're the ones that, you know, we see a lot of. You can go from Mazdas to anything. F80 M3, transmission's out of it. Yep. So that one there, we're doing the dual clutch on it. The clutch temperature sensor. This is our torque converter room. That's Tony, the torque converter guy. He's spray painting something, but at the moment, this is our temporary torque converter engineering place. This is where we do all our torque converters in-house. But we also do like machining for anything. If we need to machine bushes, whatever we need to do, he's a genius. So at the moment, we're kind of in between moving the workshop in a way. Usually we have 19 hoists here, and I haven't got rid of the hoists. The hoists are on the ground. I've only got 10 at the moment, simply because you'll see why. The room that the transmission rebuilders are in was getting too small. We were getting too busy with a lot of our OE work and a lot of our remanufacturing work. So what we've had to do was we've had to extend them into the workshop. I'm going to move Tony and Claudio into the converter room in the big room where they used to be. So I've put racking up temporarily for now till we can get everything sorted, and then the hoists are going back in. Like, that's very temporary. So just got so many transmissions and stuff. So everything's moving, it's a mess. I had to just make room. We've got our other business in Melbourne, which is a transmission remanufacturing business in Melbourne. That is the largest remanufacturer in Australia. We do remanufacturing for the manufacturers. So we've got contracts with a lot of manufacturers. So we're moving warehouses there in a moment, or while it's happening now. So stay tuned for that one because you'll see some content on our new warehouse. But there's 19 new benches going there, and then another 10 will be going there at some point. This is Bill, this is our head transmission rebuilder. He's built the diff, so he's checking for leaks. Bill doesn't like being in front of the camera. So as I said, the reason why I've moved hoists around a bit temporarily is I had to move the guys here. So if you have a look here now, this is where they do all the transmission rebuilding. This is necessary. Where they were in the room before was a bit too small. So they're all here. There's Brad in the corner. Brad's one of our other transmission rebuilders. You'd average here about 25 transmissions, I'd say, a week, which is pretty good. The guys smash through quite a few of them. Our Melbourne business, we would smash through probably, I'd say, 70 to 100 a week. But this is a transmission, waiting for parts, ready to be reassembled now. So I think there's just a few more parts left to go and it's all clean, ready to go. What are you doing, Brad? Which one's this one? Mazda. So this is a Mazda CX-9 did this have the reverse drum broken? Most common problem on a CX-9 is no reverse. And the reason why is it's broken.
She is straight off.
So that should be attached like that, but she ain't. You see no reverse on a CX-9, that's why. This is the transmission we just finished for the bus. So that's I think Bill's just waiting to put the pan on, and then we've got to do some wiring on that. That actually had a wiring harness problem on the car side as well, which has actually burnt out the transmission, so we need to fix that. This is the Valiant. We've had to do a lot of machining on this Valiant box. We've just put a shift kit in there as well, a stage 2 shift kit to make it shift harder and better. The guy wants to do burnouts, he reckons, when he changes into second gear. But there was some serious damage in there, so we're getting that all done. Bentley transmission. We just finished it for one of the Bentley dealers. I have to put little signs on there to say that it has no oil because the job to remove this transmission is engine out. So I don't want anyone to stuff it up when they're putting the transmission back in. This is the one, the M3 DCT transmission. We're going to put a clutch in there, so we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how burnt that clutch actually is because these are a really good clutch. So this is out of a Saab 900. All right. So yeah, so I told the customer, I'll do the box. I'm happy to do the transmission for you, but you remove it. I'm not doing it. So we've got boxes everywhere. So like I said, we're in the process of rearranging the workshop. The workshop's quite messy at the moment. All this is going to Melbourne. And then this will extend into the converter part. We've got our spray booth there where we spray the converters, spray the transmissions. Now, this room here is where the transmission rebuilders used to be. We've just had all the electricals done from the electrician now, so we can start putting all the lathes in. So we're going to start putting the lathes in and everything next week. This is a transmission dyno I've sent. Now in Melbourne, we have 6 transmission dynos. This is another one of our transmission dynos that we just bought, but the controllers are in Melbourne now. So this had to get shipped to Sydney for some reason. I don't know why the container came here. But anyway, this is going to go back on a truck and go to Melbourne. So once this goes, I can bring the lathes in and start making this a converter room so I can start putting the hoist back up because we need our hoists. I'll show you all the cars outside. There's 1,000 of them. So you see like we do a lot of cars, a lot of vans. Sometimes I like to call us Auto Vans Australia because we do so many vans. The Fiat Ducatos and the Renault Masters. We've got vans everywhere actually. We've got another van there. So we do everything. We do the Audis. Quite a few Nissans this week. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another PDK problem. Oh, you're going to meet Daniel. Daniel's my brother. And Daniel's the other boss here. So between us and Zane, we try to keep this workshop running smoothly. We'll come and introduce Mel because she's the boss here. We do sometimes get complaints that she might be rude, but she's the nicest person to do it. No, I'm joking. And this is a good one. I'm looking forward to doing this one. Now I tell the customers with the old Mercedeses that like even the old 3-speed Mercedes, even the old 4-speed Mercedes, I can guarantee you that Auto Trans Australia's transmissions will be better than you. We're the only ones that can get still all the genuine parts, all the gasket seals, rings, frictions, everything as a new old stock from Germany. And once you do that, you do all the adjustments on the modulators and vacuums, I can guarantee you that our transmissions will be better than they were ever. And we've had so many testimonials saying that our old Merc transmissions are absolutely perfect. So I like to pride myself on the old ones because they're a fun one. You can do your fun Lambos, but then you can, all your fun Porsches, but then you can also do these, and these are really cool. I love the old schoolers. So we just finished the transmission on this one too, and we finished the, we just finished the rear diff as well. So that one's had the full shebang. And this is also our driveway. So now you know why I need the hoist desperately back up, is because all these cars you see here are all waiting for a transmission. or a mechatronic or something, but they are all waiting to get work. So they've all got, we've got the approvals for all of them. It's just now we need to start doing it. There you go, Zane. Didn't have to go to the gym today. Yeah, so they usually come in with a turbine speed sensor code. So what usually happens in that situation is the splines where the clutch go into the flywheel, for some reason just the diesels do it, they actually shear the splines. So essentially the transmission, the engine's spinning, doing what it's supposed to do, but the transmission ain't going anywhere. So it starts throwing all these codes. Usually you shouldn't be able to push them, so I don't know why they're pushing it. Because usually it should be locked up. But that's how we get our cars in the workshop with 3 horsepower people. So they come from everywhere. They come from everywhere. We do work for all over Australia, all over Sydney, all over New South Wales, all over Victoria. Cars do come on tow trucks from all over the place if those particular mechanics don't want to actually remove the transmission. A lot of them do. A lot of them just send them over. So what we do is we make it quite easy for everyone in Australia. Once you get the approval, usually 99% of the time, I'll have it pretty much diagnosed over the phone. You might get sick of me because I might spend 15, 20 minutes on the phone with you, but we'll go through everything. And I'll diagnose it pretty much over the phone. Transmissions is what I know. Transmissions is what I've been doing for so many years. I think I've been almost 20 years plus. And I'll usually have it diagnosed before you send the transmission over. All you need to do is get the approval from the customer, or if you're a retail, just bring the car over. But in terms of the workshops, we'll end up making it so easy that we'll organise, once you've got the approval, all you need to do is get into a pallet or into a box, wrap it up, and we'll organise the shipping from our end, and then we'll organise the shipping to go back to you. Usually, if a transmission only comes, we can get that done within the week. I dare say we'd most likely be done with the transmission on the bench in about 3 days. The only thing that slows us down a little bit at the moment is just our hoist availability. We've got 2 guys off today, so that doesn't make it even, that makes it a bit harder. But within the next couple of weeks, once we've got all our hoists back, got all our staff back, we should be churning through this where we can go back to having a 1 week turnaround. And that's what we try to pride ourselves on, is our quickest turnaround, is the quickest turnaround time that we can. But it's easier said than done at the moment. So Zane's now, he's diagnosing this car. Usually, I scan just the transmission because that's what it's here for. But Zane's got a tendency of actually going into the whole bloody system and watching and going through everything, which is a good thing. It's a good practice. It's just I'm a bit lazier sometimes. So, but like I said, I bet you it's got a turbine speed sensor code somewhere, and it should have, technically with that, should have a code or 2 codes, something relating to the shift valve, the shaft, something shaft on the inner.
You're very close.
Wait, hold on, I'm going to get it. Something on the inner shaft has a malfunction.
No, you were right when you first started off.
What was it?
About the RPM sensor turbine wheel.
Yeah, I know, we've got RPM sensor turbine wheel, and what else we got?
And torque calculation on the control unit.
Torque calculation on the control unit, and what else?
That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We got a park paw, but...
No, that's right. That's because it parked pause because it's got no drive.
It's no drive, but yeah. So yeah, RPM speed sensor and the torque calculation on the control unit.
All right, done. So as I said, we know that that's actually going to be a flywheel problem. But when we do that, we do flywheel and clutch, simply because the 2 splines where they mate are completely sheared off. We're not going to have time to show you that because by the time we remove that transmission, it'll probably be next week. But I can show you an M3 getting pulled apart. Let's go have a look at an M3 getting pulled apart. So this is Luke here. Luke's part of the furniture, as with Bill. They've been with us forever. And Luke does all the technical, extremely technical removal and refits. And Bill under there, who's now acting as a double agent, sometimes he's the head transmission rebuilder, but today he's also the electrician. And we're not even electricians. So here's Bill fixing up the wiring harness. Bill doesn't like being on camera. But he's such a natural. Before we finish this, just because we're here, can we do the, the dual clutch on the M3? What do you reckon? Sorry, we're taking Bill away from doing the electrical work, but... Mate, I would have had this out and back in like literally...
There you go.
No, I can't. I hurt my hand.
There you go.
I hurt my hand. I hurt my hand. So, It isn't out yet? No, it's not out yet. This is Claudio. This is he's Tony's little sidekick. He does converters as well. We're getting this machine ready to send are we sending this to Melbourne, are we?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is one of these welders. I don't know how it works though. These guys know how it works. I don't know how it works. I know transmissions. I don't know that. Let's go ask Blair again if he's got the box out. He's a grumpy bastard. Let's go with it. You got it out yet, Blair? Huh? Oh, is it going back in? Look quick. It's not going back in. You know the customer? You're looking at him.
I can't leave until it's in. So.
That's true. And you know the problem is, the longer you take, the more money it's going to cost us, right? Because he's charging us by the hour, and I'm giving him a mate rate on this as well. Oh, mate, you love it. On a Friday, what else would you want to do but doing a patrol clutch on a Friday, eh? You know I do stitch you up on a Friday. I love stitching you up on a Friday. She's usually got music pumping on a Friday afternoon, and it's usually like really hectic music.
No, we're cool today.